Hey everybody, it's Johnny Two-Face here, back with another reaction video. This time I'm reacting to Napoleon Smashes Prussia, Jena, I hope that's how it's pronounced, 1806. Now, I've already reacted to two of Epic History's Napoleon series, so as usual the link will be in the description down below. Please go subscribe to Epic History TV for similar content and show them all the support you can. And let's not waste any more time, let's get into this. And
an Epic History TV History March collaboration, supported by our sponsor, the Great Courses Plus.
Please check out their sponsors as well.
In December 1805, at the Battle of Austerlitz, Napoleon Bonaparte, Emperor of the French, won a crushing victory against the joint forces of Austria and Russia.
That was a good victory for Napoleon.
Dominated Europe, able to hand out spoils as he saw fit.
Well, you got to enjoy the spoils of war.
1806,
well, not always, but most of the time.
Led by Marshal Massena to overthrow the King of Naples, who had dared to side with his enemies.
Do you know what's really interesting is what these countries were like before they became unified, like Germany, Italy, the Austrian Empire, and the Ottoman Empire that stretched throughout the Balkans here. It's interesting how after all this and years later they become all different unified countries. And when it comes to this area here, you go back and watch well, I've done reaction to the World War I series, Epic History's World War I series, and but also go to Epic History TV and check out their series of World War I, and it'll give you a better idea, because I can't really explain it properly, but they can explain it a whole lot better, obviously. So anyway, I'm rambling too much.
Gave his throne to his own brother Joseph instead. Another brother, Louis, was made King of Holland.
Wow.
His German allies, Bavaria and Württemberg, were elevated to the status of kingdoms.
Wow.
While Napoleon made himself protector of the Confederation of the Rhine.
The Rhine River that runs through Germany.
German states.
Well, on the edge of Germany and France.
Troops to his army.
Wow.
In recognition of the new reality, Emperor Francis of Austria formally dissolved the Holy Roman Empire.
Oh, so is it?
Founded by Charlemagne 1,000 years before. But now,
yeah, I thought it was Charlemagne who founded the Holy Roman Empire.
Austria had been humiliated.
Saying that, when I just said about the Holy Roman Empire, I wonder if Epic History TV will do a series about that. I don't think it gets talked about enough in European history, is Frederick Barbarossa, one of the former heads of the Holy Roman Empire. And I'd love to see that from Epic History TV, if they do a series about Frederick Barbarossa and the Holy Roman Empire.
France remained at war with Britain, Sweden,
of course,
and Russia. But in the summer of 1806, all eyes were on Prussia.
A time when Britain and France were always at each other's necks. Napoleon is a monster who emerged from the mire. Queen Louise of Prussia. I know she despised Napoleon.
Frederick William III regarded Napoleon with deep mistrust and had been about to join the coalition against him when news arrived of its disastrous defeat at Austerlitz.
Wow.
He was heavily influenced by his wife, the celebrated and popular Queen Louise, who detested France and
I knew Queen Louise hated Napoleon with a passion.
War party at the Prussian court. Matters came to a head over Hanover, a German state which had belonged to British King George III, been occupied by the...
It's what I was saying earlier, there's a fact that the USA is actually a lot old. In terms of age, the USA is older than Germany, because you think about it, this area right here, some of it I might have not pointed out correctly, this is what Germany used to look like. It wasn't all like a unified country at the time.
French, and given by Napoleon to Prussia as compensation for other territorial changes. Now the Prussians learned that Napoleon had secretly offered to give Hanover back to Britain in exchange for peace.
Oh dear.
Frederick's advisors now persuaded him that war was the only honourable course. But Prussia then made a basic strategic blunder, sending an ultimatum to Napoleon without consulting its new allies in the Fourth Coalition. Their forces were too far away to help Prussia, who would now face Napoleon's Grande Armée.
Another thing I noticed, because as I said, I'm not very clued up about the earlier years of Napoleon's campaign, but no one really talks a lot about Sweden's involvement. It'll be an interesting thing, another interesting thing for Epic History TV to hopefully cover is like the history of Sweden at the time, like like the Scandinavian countries, because it's one of the few countries that get, this is just my opinion, that doesn't get talked about historically, especially in British history lessons. So hopefully that gets covered at some point.
With just the small state of Saxony for support.
But will it be that will be enough? Behind the fine facade was all Medved, Karl von Clausewitz. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong.
In 1806, the Prussian army had a fearsome reputation that dated back 50 years to the reign of Frederick the Great. Napoleon, a student of history, regarded it with respect.
Wow.
But Prussia's army had been allowed to rest on its laurels. Its generals were old. Its staff work hindered by bureaucracy and personal rivalries. Its
bureaucracy does ruin a lot of things. Not always, but a lot of the time.
Soldiers, however, could be relied on to fight with pride and determination, while Prussian cavalry was regarded as amongst the best in Europe.
Yep.
In October 1806, Napoleon invaded Saxony with an army of 166,000 men and 256 guns. Advancing in 3 columns, the French crossed the mountain forests of the Thüringer Wald, along roads carefully reconnoitred by scouts and spies. Napoleon intended to threaten Leipzig and force a decisive battle with the Prussian army, which he believed was near Gera. The Prussians were, in fact, further west, concentrating near Erfurt, on the west bank of the river Saale. Its commander, the Duke of Brunswick, had hoped to threaten the flank of Napoleon's advance.
Wow. So he's trying to outflank Napoleon's forces.
By the speed of the French, he now ordered a retreat north to find a new defensive line. On the 10th of October, at Saalfeld, Marshal Lannes' 5 Corps clashed with a Prussian advance guard commanded by Prince Louis Frederick, the king's cousin. The Prussian force was routed, and Prince Louis himself killed in combat with a quartermaster of the French 10th Hussars.
So that's a shock to Prussia's reputation.
Made contact with a large Prussian force near Jena and sent news to Napoleon. The French emperor, believing he'd found the main Prussian army, rapidly issued orders for his corps to concentrate for battle at Jena.
Oh, it's pronounced Jena. Sorry for pronouncing it wrong.
1 Corps and Davout's 3 Corps were to cross the Saale and fall on the Prussian flank from the north. But Napoleon was wrong.
Wow.
Lannes faced a 35,000-strong Prussian rearguard, commanded by General Hohenlohe. The main Prussian army, 52,000 men under the Duke of Brunswick, was further north, moving straight into the path of Davout's 3 Corps.
Wow. Yeah, sorry for pronouncing it wrong. I thought it was Jena, but it's Jena. So, as I said, this is a part of geography that I'm not very clued up about. Sorry, I'm just want to read that bit there. In warfare, there is but one favorable moment. The great art is to seize it. That's true. I know. I'm not condoning war for the most part, but there's a lot of wise words written in the history.
The Battle of Jena began at 6:30 a.m. on the 14th of October in thick fog. Marshal Lannes' 5 Corps already had a toehold on the plateau west of the town and river. His first task was to drive back the Prussians and win room for the rest of the French army, arriving by the hour to deploy. His infantry led the way, and fierce fighting broke out for the villages of Cospeda, Clausewitz, and Lützeroda. Meanwhile, Augereau's 7 Corps advanced through a ravine, emerging onto the plateau on Lannes' left flank, while Soult's 4 Corps climbed steep tracks to form on his right.
Wow.
Napoleon joined Lannes in the center of
so basically they're trying to outflank each other.
Organizing a 25-gun battery to support the attack on Vierzehnheiligen.
It always helps when you have artillery support.
But then lost to a determined Prussian counterattack.
That's the thing, you can't underestimate your enemy no matter who they are.
On the right, around 10 a.m., Soult's infantry secured Clausewitz.
Wow.
But was counterattacked on its right flank near Rödigen.
Wow.
A decisive charge by Soult's light cavalry drove off the Prussians, routing their infantry and capturing 2 enemy colours.
That's...
As 6 Corps began to arrive on the plateau, its fearless but impetuous commander, Marshal Ney, ignored orders and dived into the fighting around Vierzehnheiligen.
Wow. Because basically not the time
Prussian counterattack, and having to be rescued.
So basically this is not the first time Marshal Ney's disobeyed orders, so when I come round to reacting to the video that I've seen the film about, you'll get the idea.
Rescued by Guard cavalry. General Hohenlohe was expecting the arrival of 15,000 more troops under General Ruchel at any moment. Until then, he remained largely inactive, shoring up his line and ordering immediate counterattacks. But he had run out of time.
Oh dear.
Napoleon had begun the day with just 25,000 men. By 12:30, a steady stream of reinforcements had brought his strength up to 96,000.
Oh dear. So the Prussians are going to be overrun.
Past the Imperial Guard, one young soldier, eager to be sent into action, called out, "Forward!" Napoleon stopped and demanded to know who had spoken, then rebuked the soldier as a beardless youth who ought not to offer advice until he too had commanded in 30 battles.
Well said.
But the moment had arrived. Although the Guard, to its frustration, remained in reserve, the other French corps were ordered forward in a general attack. The Prussian army began to give ground. At first it kept its discipline, but then disintegrated into a general rout.
The problem is they were going to be overrun.
Cavalry were launched in pursuit, riding down and sabering hundreds of fleeing Prussians.
Wow.
General Ruchel's 2 divisions finally arrived at the worst possible moment.
Wow.
They briefly held up 5 Corps' advance, but were soon outflanked, broken up by cannon fire, and charged down by French cuirassiers.
There you can see more info on cuirassiers. Your marshal must be seeing double.
Meanwhile,
sorry, I just had to read that quickly.
Near Auerstadt, Marshal Davout was marching southwest, expecting to fall on the Prussian left wing at Jena. Instead, he encountered the Duke of Brunswick's main Prussian army, heading north to take up new positions. Davout's 3 Corps, 27,000 men and 48 guns, was about to face odds of 2 to 1. while Bernadotte's one corps, which had orders to support Davout, was nowhere
Let's see if
to be
Davout
seen.
can handle these odds.
Davout, nicknamed the Iron Marshal, showed no signs of alarm. He formed his first division into a defensive
That's a good
line
nickname for him.
centered on the village of Hassenhausen. His infantry forming squares to repel a series of cavalry charges by General Blücher's advance guard. His other two infantry divisions arrived to strengthen the line, standing firm in the face of repeated Prussian attacks.
Again,
But
square
Prussian
formation.
movements were slow
Square formation's the best thing to repel cavalry.
and poorly coordinated. Nor did they use their numerical advantage to try and outflank Davout.
That's odd.
At a crucial moment, the Duke of Brunswick was shot through the eyes,
Ooh,
a wound that proved fatal. King
Ooh,
Frederick
that's
William
grim.
himself took command. Several Prussian units remained uncommitted, but the king, convinced he faced the main French army under Napoleon, dithered.
wow.
Around 12:15, Marshal Davout counterattacked. The Prussian army turned and fled.
Wow. I can see why.
Davout had won a stunning victory against the odds.
Wow.
But at a heavy price. His corps
That's a good reason to know why Davout was known as the Iron Marshal.
suffered 25% casualties. 1 man in 4.
Unfortunately, in
killed
war
or
there's always a
wounded,
cost.
while inflicting twice as many losses on the Prussians.
Tell the Marshal that his generals and his troops have gained everlasting claims on my gratitude, said by Napoleon.
When news reached Napoleon that Marshal Davout had engaged and defeated the main Prussian army, he reacted first with disbelief, then heaped praise upon the Iron Marshal, later awarding him the title Duke of Auerstadt.
Wow.
Marshal Bernadotte, in contrast, was nearly court-martialed for failing to support Davout.
Oof.
Napoleon's army began a masterful pursuit of the beaten Prussians, giving them no time to regather their strength.
That's the thing, you gotta
2
keep your
weeks
enemies
after
occupied.
the twin battles of Jena, Auerstadt, Napoleon's troops, led by Davout's heroic III Corps, entered Berlin.
Wow.
The next day, General Hohenlohe surrendered at Prenzlau. At Lübeck, General Blücher and 20,000 Prussians were driven out of the city in heavy fighting and forced to surrender, while 25,000 Prussians besieged at Magdeburg surrendered to Marshal Ney. Prussia's army had been devastated by a Napoleonic blitzkrieg.
That's
In
a
just
good way to put it.
33 days, Prussia had lost 20,000 dead, 140,000 prisoners, 800 guns, and 250 standards.
Wow.
It was a humiliation that proud Prussians like General Blücher would neither forget
Nor
nor
forgive.
forgive.
There you go.
Unlike Saxony, King Frederick William refused to make peace with Napoleon. He continued to hold out in East Prussia, trusting in the approaching Russian armies to rescue his kingdom. Despite another glorious victory for Napoleon and the Grande Armée, the war was not won yet.
Wow.
Napoleon Bonaparte was one of the greatest military
let us carry
commanders
on.
of all time. But who were some of the worst? Find out with the Great Courses Plus lecture series, History's Great Military
If you're interested,
Commanders,
go
the
check out
lessons
Great
they
Courses
teach.
Plus.
A litany of poor leadership, misconceived strategy, and overconfidence. Even Napoleon himself makes an appearance. You can watch the entire course as part of a free trial with the Great Courses Plus, an on-demand video subscription service featuring more than 70 history courses taught by top academics. Watch on your TV, laptop or phone wherever you are, at a time
I'll just let this play through, so...
And they don't just do history. In all, there's more than 10,000 lectures covering every topic from science, maths and philosophy to cookery and personal development. Visit thegreatcoursesplus.com/epichistorytv or click on the link in the video description below to start your free trial today.
Okay, sorry I'm not saying anything, I'm just letting their sponsor play through.
Thanks to the YouTube channel History March for creating the battle map and animations.
Oh, go check out History March as well.
To all our Patreon supporters who made this series.
Anyway, that'll do it. This is another interesting video. As I said, I thought it'd be kind of cool to learn about Napoleon's earlier history, because I do know a little bit about the Battle of Waterloo after watching the film, and there's a YouTube channel, if you don't already know, that reviews historical movies about, and and the host Nick, give him a shout, Nick Hodges from History Buffs, tell you like how historically accurate or inaccurate these historical movies are, and he shares my disdain for Mel Gibson's historical movies, but it'll take me too long to explain. So anyway, if you enjoy this reaction, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.